One of the things I specialize in is helping other people who have holistic businesses that specialize in body, mind, spirit, wellness, that type of thing, including coaches. I recently got back on LinkedIn. I was on there years ago, and it was like when it first came out, and it was kind of lame, and I just didn't use it. I barely used Facebook until only like maybe a few years ago. In the process of networking, someone reached out to me, and we're going to set up an appointment just to talk. I didn't ask specifically for the appointment, just so you know, like I want you to know where I'm coming from on this. She asked me to, if I wanted to like just talk about stuff and have a conversation. So that sounded like a good idea. I like having conversations with people. In order to schedule this just normal conversation, I was given a link to her schedule. And this was not the first time that this has happened where somebody, this is a normal business practice if you're not familiar with it at this point. I'm not sure why it's still in some businesses, why it's the practice if you're working one-on-one with somebody. But you go to their schedule, you put in your time zone, you look at what times are available, and you pick one, and it automatically sets the appointment. 100% of the time that I've been asked to do this, it has felt it's very impersonal. It's very, seems very forced. I can see if you're running a clinic, you have a lot of personnel. You have a lot of people that are working for you. You have a big agency. If you're just doing work one-on-one with somebody, that's very off-putting. I've had a business for years where I've worked one-on-one with people, and I schedule all of those people myself. At times it can be overwhelming on my end. But regardless, there's no reason why you as an individual should be distancing yourself as a coach or a consultant, or at least on like a personal level if you do things like corporate. But I still even wouldn't do that. I mean, what does that tell your corporation that you're trying to work with, or an individual, that you don't have the time for them to just open up your own calendar and help work with them to schedule appointment? Like if you can't take 10 minutes out of your life to look at your own calendar, like that's kind of like giving somebody the virtual finger, if you ask me. I know it's encouraged by a lot of coaches, a lot of people who help you build your business. But unless you're running an office and you have somebody else doing your appointment setting for you, I really don't think that it helps you at all to have one of these automatic calendar set up, at least if you're trying to, again, do some sort of personal work with somebody. Like give them 100% of your attention. Especially if you're the one reaching out to them, there's no reason why you can't open your calendar and work on, like, schedule something. And I know like 90% of you guys out there are not so busy that you can't schedule your own clients. There have been times in my life where I was, working like, in some cases, like 80, 90 hours a week. But in those cases, like that also included my working to schedule people. It's not that hard. And if somebody's actually interested, I mean, they'll probably fill out your calendar link. But if they're actually interested, they'll work with you to do whatever it takes to get scheduled. And you don't really want to mess around with people who aren't serious anyways. Why are you trying to work with people who don't actually want your services, especially if you sell premium, high quality, high ticket items or services? Like, why do you even want people that aren't going to commit to it? This is just my personal thought on the matter. I had considered, because in recent months, because I've heard that from other people, that you should have an automated calendar system. And after, like in the last few months, which is really the first time I've even been exposed to it through other people, being invited to choose a time and stuff on my own end, like it just, it really just seems like somebody doesn't care. So I won't be implementing that anytime soon. Um, rather even still have a secretary. Like I would rather pay somebody to set up the appointments for me so that they're at least dealing with a human being. I mean, human interaction is important for our sanity. We're social creatures. You need that in life. And I hope that some other coaches and consultants and holistic practitioners that do one-on-one, I hope they listen to this. I've had people buy things and then ask me, like, why didn't an automatic calendar pop up? Because it must be prevalent in people who do, like all people who do sessions over the phone or virtually. But no, I've never had that. And I don't want that. And I'm glad that I never did it after being asked to do it. Go on somebody's calendar and open it up and dig out a time. And I know it's professional and there's probably a time and place for it. But like I said, it seems very impersonal. I don't like it. I don't suggest anybody do that. If you're busy and your calendar is so full that you don't have 5 minutes to schedule somebody on your own, you should be at that point making enough money to where you can hire somebody to do it for you. And if you're not, there's a problem with your business model too. So I'm just throwing this out there. Any coaches or anybody really, like, consider this as somebody who's doing it and going through that process of scheduling. It's definitely not going in the right direction. It's probably enough for today. Be sure to like and subscribe. Join my new Facebook group. A lot of supportive people there. If you want to work with me or you have questions or you're looking for some sort of direction, if I can't help you, I'll try to find somebody who can. All my information is in the video description, and I will see you next time.